DC Nation, what is up? We're back with another video, and in this video I'm going to give my thoughts on all the rumors surrounding the upcoming Flash movie. This Flash movie, which is coming out at the end of the year on November 4th, the big rumor that has been circulating this past weekend is that this movie will either erase or rewrite the whole Snyderverse. And the reason I'm using those two different words is, one, okay, erase means that, oh, those events never happened. Batman v Superman, Zack Snyder's Justice League, it never happened. Now, rewritten, that means that, okay, those events did happen, they're somewhere in the multiverse, but WB is making a statement that, now, we're never going to address those ever again, those are not continuing, that story is over. But don't worry, those stories did happen, it's not being erased. Both of those are not good, like both those words, rewritten, erased, it's not good when applied to the Snyderverse. But before I go into my thoughts on this rumor, I'm going to put up the statements made by the director of the Flash movie, Andy Muschietti, and the actor Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller, he plays the Flash. Now, let's first start off with the director, Andy Muschietti. I hope I'm pronouncing that last name right. Maybe not. If I'm not, bear with me. But still, what he said is this movie is a bit of a hinge in the sense that it presents a story that implies a unified universe where all the cinematic iterations that we've seen before are valid. It's inclusive in the sense that it's saying all that you've seen exist and everything that you will see exist in the same unified multiverse. So that statement basically says, okay, maybe the Snyderverse is not erased, but we won't be going back to it. Like, it's somewhere in the multiverse, those events did happen, and anything is possible. Now, let's go to Ezra Miller. A fan DM'd him on Instagram saying, fans are going crazy thinking the movie is erasing Zack's movies. They don't see the potential this movie will bring. Now, Ezra, he responded, no power or force in any known megaverse would or could ever erase Zack Snyder's mighty works. You can take that quote. Take that to the banks, the press, the schools, to the military, and the other pillar of capitalism. I'm forgetting because of that thing where if you try to think of a group of things, you always forget one of them. Now, that's basically a non-answer. Like, you probably got a bunch of DMs, people being like, oh, well, what's your thoughts on this? Is this true? Or the Snyderverse, is it getting removed? Is Zack's movies being erased? And Ezra probably looked at it being like, okay, I got a couple minutes to answer this, but in my contract and everything going on, I can't give a real answer, so I'm going to give a non-answer. Basically saying that it may exist, it may not, these rumors may be true or not. Now, going away from all these quotes, that's what's been released. My thoughts on this is, it kind of sucks. Like, I like the Snyderverse, it's a really cool idea. Like, Zack Snyder's movies are epic, and that's my favorite type of movie. Like, epic films. Like, I really like those. Like, those are really cool. I'll take that over a more sad movie or another type of movie. Like, just epic films, when I go to see them, it's an awesome experience. And Zack Snyder's movies, it always shows that. Like, you go to Batman v Superman, it's epic in certain moments, even though that movie is kind of rushed. But then you go to Zack Snyder's Justice League, which came out at the beginning of last year in March, and that movie was awesome. One of my favorite movies of 2021, because yes, it was 4 hours long. Really long movie. But it was epic in scope, it understanding the characters, it kept you invested, a lot of action, all the actors got great moments. Some of the actors that didn't have good moments in the Josh Whedon cuts, like Cyborg, he was literally the heart of the Zack Snyder movie. Like, there's a lot of big changes that made the movie really cool. And another big thing, Darkseid showed up in the movie, and he was a boss. Just seeing Darkseid in action was so cool. And that one sequence at the end of the movie where the Justice League, they defeat Steppenwolf, they're looking through the portal, you see Darkseid looking down at them, you see Grey Goodness and Desaad at Darkseid's side, and they're preparing to go to Earth and destroy the world and destroy the Justice League. And that got me so hyped. I'm like, man, they gotta restore the Snyderverse. And that's been the big thing in the past year. Fans have been like, hashtag restore the Snyderverse. We gotta continue this. This story is so epic. And also at the end of the film, we saw Martian Manhunter. He's gonna join the Justice League. He's got some big plans. Snyder had some big plans for his character, big plans for Batman's character, big plans for all the Justice League. And that would have been very exciting, but now the rumor that the Flash movie will be either erasing or rewriting that, it discontinues the Snyderverse. Like, that's it. And I get why a lot of fans are upset about that. Like, me personally, I'm like, that sucks. Like, I don't like that because that was a great story. That could went so many different directions. And going to some more minor rumors that this is Ben Affleck's final role as Batman, his final appearance as Batman. And I'm excited to see Ben Affleck one more time. He's a great Batman. He's actually one of, if not my favorite iteration of Batman in the movies because, okay, he embodies Bruce Wayne and Batman very well, and his version always gives me like Dark Knight Returns vibes. When he's older, he looks like a tank, like he'll just take out people easily, and you can see more of those Dark Knight Returns comparisons in Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like that one moment where Batman is on that warship and you see the mutants below him. That's literally from the Dark Knight Returns. Like that warship is from that story. And speaking of Dark Knight Returns, written by Frank Miller, it's one of the best Batman stories of all time. And to kind of put that in your iteration of Batman in the movies is smart. It's like, I like that. And yeah, I just liked Ben Affleck's Batman. He was really good at acting both Bruce Wayne and Batman. And I think that's something a lot of actors struggle with. Like, you look at all the actors of Batman, even going to Christian Bale, personally, I liked his Batman, but he was better as Bruce Wayne. Like, he was a perfect Bruce Wayne, but when it came to Batman, he had like the growl voice. Sometimes it would just be off. Like, the acting wouldn't be as good. He was still a great actor. Like, Christian Bale is one of the best actors of all time. How he goes the distance to go into his roles. He, like, cuts weight or gains weight. Like, it's very, like, it's wow. Like, it shows how much he puts into his work, and respect to him. But when it came to, like, the Dark Knight trilogy, those are the best Batman movies of all time, no doubt. It's like, Dark Knight's the best superhero movie of all time, in my opinion. And then Batman Begins, really great movie. Dark Knight Rises, even though it gets some flack, I really like it. Like, Dark Knight Rises, it was a really great movie. Like, it's paced well, there's a lot of action, a lot of hype moments. And my favorite moment in that movie is when Bruce, he's climbing the rope, all the men below him are shouting, "Rise, rise." And you see Bruce, he's almost getting to the top, he has to jump, he has to make the jump without the rope. The fear of death was preventing him, but now he doesn't fear death. He's going to take the jump. And you see the bats come out. It symbolizes that the Batman, he's coming back. Bruce makes the jump. You hear the epic Dark Knight music by Hans Zimmer. Bruce, he lands the jump. He tosses the rope down so all the men, they can escape as well. And then that music, it just gets more hype as Bruce, he starts walking back and making like a return to Gotham as the Batman. Like that moment alone just shows why the Dark Knight trilogy was so awesome. It was written well, it was directed well. Like Christopher Nolan, you could put him on any movie. The movie could be written very not well. Like, it'd be a not well written movie. The actors cannot be that good. It'll still end up being a great movie because Christopher Nolan knows how to do filmmaking. Like, he's just a great filmmaker. He's great at directing, good at getting actors and bringing people together. Like, the supporting cast in the Dark Knight trilogy is amazing. And Christian Bale, he was a good actor too. Like, he was a good main actor. Like, he did a great job. But me, personally, I like Ben Affleck's Batman more than Christian Bale. Like, you look at Ben Affleck's Batman, if you had him in a movie that was made or directed by Christopher Nolan, I think that movie would probably end up being better than the Dark Knight trilogy movies. It has the potential to be. Now, going back to the Dark Knight trilogy, other than the supporting cast, the villains in the Dark Knight trilogy were amazing as well. Heath Ledger's Joker, Tom Hardy's Bane, like those are just some phenomenal performances, and it made those movies great. And I think that could have been the same thing for Ben Affleck's Batman if he was given a movie. Like, his Batman had the potential to be something great like the Dark Knight trilogy. Like, there's the rumor that he was either going to get a TV show or a movie where he went against Deathstroke. And Deathstroke versus Batman, dude, count me in. That would have been so epic. It would have been so cool to see that in the movies. Like, a lot of action. And I think that movie could end up being at the level of the Dark Knight movies. Like, it has the potential. So now that Ben Affleck will be having his final appearance in this Flash movie, it's a real missed opportunity. Like, you could have did so much with that actor. Like, Ben Affleck could have did so much for that character, and it could have led to some awesome movies, maybe a great TV show, just a lot of potential. And one thing I'm worried about is maybe they'll ruin his send-off. Like, maybe he'll show up in the Flash movie. Yes, we know he gets like an awesome bat cycle. Like, we've seen some images, some video of that. It looks really cool. He looks awesome. But I really hope they at least give him a good send-off. Maybe he sacrifices himself. Maybe he goes out in an epic way. I hope it's not just, okay, something big happens in the Flash movie, and you see like a Crisis on Infinite Earths type style of removing the multiverse, where this big wave is coming through, and you just get a quick scene of Ben Affleck chasing somebody as Batman, and then he just gets removed like that. Like, that would really suck. I'd rather him be an actual, like, supporting character in the movie, and he gets an epic send-off. Like, he deserves that. Now, to another rumor that Henry Cavill will make his final appearance as well, which I don't even know if you could really call it an appearance. The rumor is that he'll show up on the TV. That's it. In one scene, you'll have some characters watching the TV. It hasn't been confirmed which characters yet, and they'll see Superman flying up. Now, an example of this is in a recent episode of Young Justice Phantoms. You see Giovanni Zatara, he's with his family, he's watching the TV, and he sees Superman embodying hope and flying up in the sky. And it's a really cool moment in the episode, because then Giovanni Zatara, he sees Superman, and that inspires him to become a hero. By the way, guys, Young Justice Phantoms, I highly recommend you check out that show if you haven't yet. If you're a DC fan and you're not watching that show, you're really missing out. But yeah, that scene, that's what I'm picturing will happen in the Flash movie. Some character will be inspired by Superman. Now, that's a cool scene itself. Like, that sounds great, but for that to be Henry Cavill's final appearance, it kind of sucks. And my guess, WB, instead of showing Henry Cavill on the TV in his full glory, him as Superman, they'll probably just show some citizens looking up in Metropolis and a quick, like, streak of red symbolizing that, oh, Superman has came by and he saved some people. They'll probably do some effects and not really show Henry Cavill. I hope that's not the case. That really suck, but I know in WB they probably do that. Like, at least you give him a little send-off like that. Show Henry Cavill, like, show his face, show him as Superman, at least give the fans somewhat of what we want. Like, at least do that. But I think this is another big missed opportunity because Henry Cavill, he's doing a great job on The Witcher right now. Like, there's even been, like, statements where Henry Cavill, he'll be reading the books The Witcher and he'll add things to the script to make it be more in line with the books and the games. It just shows as an actor, he's a great actor. When he loves the source material, when he's really invested, he puts everything. He puts 100%. And it shows when he does Superman. Like, you go back to Man of Steel, he does a great job there. He looks like Superman. And even in Zack Snyder's Justice League, when Superman gets out of that hole, oh, he's dead, when he finally returns, it's in an epic way. Like that one scene where you hear Hans Zimmer's music flights, and Superman's in the black costume. He flies up around the world. He opens his arms. It's epic. It embodies hope. And that's what I want to see in Superman. Henry Cavill is the perfect Superman. Like, I really like Christopher Reeves. He's a great Superman. He was great in the older movies, but that's back then. We need a modern Superman, and I think Henry Cavill would be the perfect choice. And now that they're just gonna remove him like that, it's a big missed opportunity. So yeah, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill being removed as Batman Superman, big missed opportunities, and the Snyderverse not being restored, but instead either erased or rewritten, another missed opportunity. So going off of those things, like, those are the big rumors that I want to address. But there's some other rumors that I want to address and give my thoughts on. The first one is that the upcoming Batgirl solo movie that'll be on HBO Max come end of this year or maybe next year, which stars Leslie Grace as Barbara Gordon, aka Batgirl. That movie will show Barbara Gordon grows the character. It's basically like Batgirl year one. She'll be going up against Firefly, who'll be played as Brendan Fraser, which that's casting, I don't know, like, I like Brendan Fraser. He's a great actor. He's amazing on Doom Patrol as Robot Man, but him as Firefly, I just don't see it. But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'll give him a chance. But aside from that initial synopsis of this Batgirl movie, it's now being told that in this movie, Leslie Grace's Barbara Gordon, she'll be helped by Michael Keaton's Batman. And it will basically be like a Batgirl Beyond. Now, you guys know Batman Beyond, which I'm actually doing reactions to that show right now on this channel. I'm loving it. It's an awesome show. Really great. Actually, Batman Beyond, he's my favorite version of Batman, like Terry McGinnis. And the rumor is that they're taking that story kinda, putting in this Batgirl movie, and instead of Terry McGinnis being this new Batman, it's gonna be Leslie Grace's Batgirl, or Barbara Gordon. Because what will happen is Michael Keaton's Batman, he's older, he'll help out Barbara Gordon, and then he'll pass down the mantle of Batman to her. She'll basically just be Batgirl, she'll join the Justice League, and she'll be the new Batman character or stand-in for the DCEU. And my problem with this is, okay, this sounds unique. It may be good. Maybe the Batgirl solo movie is really cool. There's also rumor that Black Canary she'll be in, the Black Canary from Birds of Prey, which that could be interesting. But why bring in Michael Keaton, have him be an older Batman, and not do the Batman Beyond story that all us fans love? Like, this is literally the perfect opportunity to bring in Terry McGinnis. Like, guys, if it was reported that, oh, Ben Affleck, he's leaving, he's gonna be done, but in his place, we're gonna do Batman Beyond. Like, if WB said that, they're like, okay, we know that fans, they want Ben Affleck and the Snyderverse, but we can't do that, we don't want to do it, but we'll at least do something right. We'll bring in Batman Beyond by bringing in Michael Keaton. This is really the perfect role for Michael Keaton's Batman. This is the only role I can see him doing, too. Like, if you're gonna bring Michael Keaton's Batman in, an older Batman, the only role I can see him doing is Batman Beyond. Like, have him be the older Batman, do a movie where Terry McGinnis, he shows up, and then maybe he becomes Batman Beyond, and now he's the main Batman in the DCEU. It would be unique, it would be different, we haven't seen it before in the movies, and I think it would make fans happy. Like, yeah, fans will be like, man, I miss Ben Affleck, I wish we got that Batman, like, that was a big missed opportunity. Taking out the Snyderverse, that was a big missed opportunity. Not having a Man of Steel 2, big missed opportunity. But we get Batman Beyond, and we may get that future from the TV show. We may get more expanded on. A lot of unique ideas can come from it. Like, I'd be fine with that. Like, I'd actually get super excited. I'd get hyped. But this rumor that instead of doing Terry McGinnis, you're placing Barbara Gordon in that role and she'll be Batgirl Beyond, I just don't like that. Like, that, yeah, it's unique, but it's unique in a bad way. Like, it's basically like, oh, you got this gold right here, but you're choosing the silver instead. Like, the gold is Terry McGinnis, but you're choosing the silver, which is, okay, interesting idea, an older version of Batman passing down the mantle, a Beyond version of the character, but instead of doing Terry McGinnis, the character everyone wants in that role, you're doing a different character. Again, the silver when you could have went with the gold. So yeah, I don't like that idea. I hope that rumor is not true, because they do that, that means basically Batman Beyond will not be happening in a long time. And I really want to see Batman Beyond go to the big screen. Like that, if that happened, imagine that movie would be coming out. I think that movie would be more hyped than the Batman movie coming out this year. The Batman movie with Matt Reeves, Robert Pattinson, Zoe Kravitz, and some other awesome actors as well looks really cool. Like, all the trailers so far have just been getting better and better. The recent one, The Bat and the Cats, got me super excited. Like the choreography, the fight choreography, the cinematography, just the shots. Like, it looks like pure cinema. It looks really dope, and I'm excited for it. Like, it's my most anticipated movie this year. Like, I'm really hyped. Matt Reeves is gonna make a really awesome Batman movie. Like, I'm trusting him. But looking at how hyped that is, like, everybody's getting hyped for that movie, which it deserves that. But if Batman Beyond was announced and we got a trailer that looked really cool, I think that movie would be more hyped than this movie coming out this year, The Batman. Because as the Batman is cool, we've had Batman movies before. Where Batman Beyond, we've never seen that on the big screen. Terry McGinnis, he's a fan favorite. It's an awesome idea. And you had Michael Keaton as this older Batman, and you brought in a great actor as Terry McGinnis. Like, that is just a big sell. Like, everyone would go see that. I would see that. Like, I would get so excited. So, that's an opportunity. But instead of going with that, you have Michael Keaton. He's agreed to come back. But instead of doing this great story that would probably just sell out, it would make a lot of money for WB, like, it'd be great for them, and make fans happy, you're gonna bring Michael Keaton back to replace Terry McGinnis with Barbara Gordon, to an entirely different story that maybe will end up being interesting. Maybe it'll be a good movie, but it's still a missed opportunity that it could lead to something iconic. Like, Batman Beyond is iconic. That could be an iconic movie that'd just be cool. Like, it would make every DC fan happy. So, that's my thoughts on that rumor about Batgirl. And the fact that Black Canary is returning as well. I didn't really care for the Black Canary in Birds of Prey. She was okay, but she's nowhere near what I want as Black Canary in the movies. So, her returning, I'm fine with it, but I'm not excited. Now, another rumor that's been put out is that Sasha Calle, Supergirl, who she'll be Supergirl in the Flash movie, she'll be replacing Henry Cavill's Superman as the new Superman type figure in the DCEU, which I don't like that. Like, Sasha Calle as Supergirl, she looks awesome. It's an interesting version of Supergirl. She'll be really cool, but I don't think she should be the new Superman type figure in the DCEU. Like, I don't think it should be, oh, Sasha Calle is the new Superman type figure. Leslie Grace, the new Batman type figure. Like, I don't think they should do that. Just have Batgirl and Supergirl. Keep them in their roles. Don't be trying to promote them to these roles that I don't think they need. Like, it's not that they deserve them. Like, that could be a storyline in the way future, but I don't think they should be at that role now. So that's my thoughts on the whole Sasha Calle rumor. And now going to the final rumor for this video. This is probably a long video because I'm going into this, guys, doing all my thoughts. But basically, the Flash will make a new Justice League. And that'll include Sasha Calle as the new Superman, Leslie Grace the new Batgirl, Ezra Miller, he'll be Flash, Gal Gadot, she'll be Wonder Woman, and maybe some other characters. Which, I kind of don't like that. Like, it has potential, but the Justice League we had before in the Snyderverse was just perfect. So, we'll see, guys. Like, all these rumors coming out just makes DC not looking good. Like, it makes WB look worse because the ideas they have, like the Beyond idea, going Michael Keaton as the older Batman, is a great idea, but then you ruin the idea by changing what fans want. Instead of doing Terry McGinnis, you do Batgirl. Like, or instead of doing Man of Steel 2, you do Sasha Calle going up to that role. Which, Sasha Calle as Supergirl, it's an awesome idea. Like, she looks great, but her going to that role is not a great idea. Like, she's not Superman. She shouldn't take up that role. So yeah, overall, guys, my final thoughts is that DC, I think they have better characters than Marvel. I'm a big fan of DC. Like, I like Marvel as well. Like, Marvel's good. I really loved Spider-Man No Way Home. It was an awesome movie. And yeah, Marvel's doing pretty good with their stuff right now. But DC, they have great stories. They're doing really good in the comics, and they're doing great in the TV shows, animation, but for some reason they just can't get the movies down. And the real reason for that is WB, because DC, they can make some awesome movies. There's some storylines that probably, if it was put on the big screen, it would become some of the best movies of all time. I can see that. Because yeah, when you think of superheroes, you think of Batman, Superman initially. They're the most popular heroes, no doubt. Flash, he's popular. Wonder Woman, she's the most popular female hero. Like, DC has the top characters, but they need to be used right. They really have great storylines. DC has great everything. Great characters, great storylines, great themes, a lot of great writers and artists, a lot of iconic moments in comic history. But WB keeps limiting it. Like, they keep limiting DC in general. Like, WB just let directors and let writers just go all out and make some awesome movies. Us DC fans will be in for a treat. Like, we'd be getting some great movies. And I think they'd be on par with what Marvel is doing right now in their movies. Like, guys, like, DC has so much potential. And it shows. And for everyone out there that just pays attention to the movies, get into the comics as well. And I'm not just going to tell you, oh, get into the comics and just leave you like, oh, I'm not going to recommend anything. No, I'm going to recommend some stuff right now that is currently running in comics. So you can go straight to your local comic shop, because I'm always trying to help out local comic shop like they deserve it. But yeah, go to your local comic shop, pick up the new Batman run coming out right now by Joshua Williamson. That is a great Batman story right now that'll get you hooked right now. And another story you should be checking out for Superman fans, Action Comics right now by Philip K. Johnson, like the War World Saga where Superman's going up against Mongol. It's an awesome story that for DC fans, I'm really enjoying. It shows how Superman, he embodies hope. He's trying to save everyone. He's with the authority. It's really unique, interesting, well written, and it's great for Superman fans. Now, for Flash fans, check out Jeremy Adams' running right now, like it's going on right now. You can check it out. It's not Barry Allen, it's Wally West, but it's still an awesome Flash run. And yeah, those 3 comics, that's a great starter pack. And I was going to recommend like old comics, because you guys can look up all the time what DC comics to check out. I want to recommend something. You go to the local comic shop right now and you can pick it up because it's current. And I think Batman, Action Comics, and The Flash are a great starter pack for you guys. So yeah, DC fans, keep going, stay optimistic. Like, I'm gonna stay optimistic. I'm still excited for the Batman. Black Adam, I'm excited for, but that movie will really depend on Dwayne Johnson, like his acting. He tends to not really act, he just plays himself, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully he shows some great acting, and Black Adam is another great movie alongside the Batman. And for The Flash, this whole video was about the rumors for that movie. I'm excited, but very skeptical. Hopefully that movie proves me wrong. Like, even if it has a lot of unique ideas, hopefully it's good. Like, I'm gonna stay optimistic. As always, I'm a big DC fan, and I just want the best for DC Comics in general. So yeah, that's my thoughts on all the rumors that came out this past weekend. You guys, some of your thoughts down below. Make sure to leave a like, comments, and subscribe. This is a long video. I put a lot of work into this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, thanks for watching, and peace out.